So that
Definitely fine there.
yeah, even
Like your own technique.
so even here, and I'll do it a little more formally, but even here, even though with all that water moving through, you can still see there's different.
Good, that's really good.
Well, it's nice to see
that was
you
easy.
still have
Good bottom.
2 feet of... Yeah, they would know. Yeah. But
You know, that was like
yeah.
Well, maybe not foot an hour.
Want to bury you?
That's okay.
So this is where this fits. Yeah, this snow didn't, it's had a lot of weight on it, and it could have compacted and bonded, but because of that temperature gradient kind of working the opposite direction, it ends up, it's got so much water in it now that it even, you can still make a snowball out of it, but you can kind of see how it's not as dense or anything because of that. So you can kind of
making igloos.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Wow, that's great.
So you could even just see what I did there, how the sound and the resistance was different. And if you look, there's a change right there. And then there's another crust. There's another lower densities. And this is all
Just soft.
yeah, somewhat uniform color. This is working in. And there's another crust here. For that one. And then this stuff.
So it's pretty normal though when you do that you're going to see those changes.
Yeah, you'll always see
You'll
those
always
changes. That's the thing is, as much as, I mean, you can dig a pit and, I mean, a real formal pit will give you data and you'll have whatever your test is, like compression tests. It's hard to do tests on this, but, well, very, very briefly, if I were to do a compression test on this, I would isolate a block. Well, yes, that didn't work.
We dug out the bottom.
Well, that tells you there's the depth ore is weak on it. But you would have a block isolated, and then there are formal ways. So, a compression test, you put your shovel on top of an isolated block, tap it with your wrist 10 times, your elbow 10 times, and then your shoulder 10 times. So it has a sequence that's fairly formalized, and as soon as you get a failure, you'll write down where that was. So you would have a formal plot might say compression test 10, and then you've done enough of these that you may have a feel for how that, what that means.
The failure being a separation? Or?
Yes. Okay. And then there's a quality of shear, so so at 10 it may have just shot right off and be on a completely smooth plane, and that's a very high quality shear that has a lot of energy. That'll tell you sort of how much energy there is in it. Or maybe it will just have moved a little and be a rough break that has not that much energy. So you can get a number on that. Then you can also kind of get a number on how you've gone through the stratigraphy and what you think of it. So it has this side to it that's very quantitative, but then it still comes right back to you and you say, well, okay.
So I've got all this
so
information,
what?
Now what?
Like how does that make me feel? Fundamentally, it's like you making a decision based on data, and there's no, I mean, there would be easy ones, there would be like, oh geez, that's scary. But there'd be a lot of ambiguity in the middle.
It's those changes.
Yeah, I would feel okay about a slope like this. I would want to, I would sort of investigate that depth core area, because when I cut this block off, it came
It
right
really
off.
came off
so that
easily.
would sort of see if it happens a second time.
You got half
So
of
that
it
tells you
now.
that's pretty unstable?
Well,
But it wasn't on the ground really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moves
yeah, so
though.
but it would be really, I don't think the top of this has a lot of ability to propagate a fracture. So I think it would either be supporting you or you would be post-holing through it. So I would feel okay about a snowpack like this on, except for the fact that it would be just horrendous.
It wouldn't be
Wouldn't be fun to ski.
That's right.
Let's say it gets up
Be
to
no
40
fun
degrees,
whatsoever.
the top softens.
Yeah,
It's
right.
really
You get a
nice.
little mush on the top. Yeah.
Saturated with water.
The really high-tech, expensive snow identification equipment, laminated black construction paper. Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty cool if you look
That's
through.
good. Mine's metal in it.
Look through the little
It
one.
melts the crystals pretty
Also,
Well, these
because
are better
the
if
magnified
you
one.
keep them outside before you use
I just parked on the road.
You know what I'm talking about? It is the coolest book, you
Yeah.
know, and then if you have
Yeah.
angry music, what it looks like, and if you have calm music.
This is
Did you
the-
look
this
through
is
the
just
little
the same thing. It's just another.
It's more magnified, yeah.
The size, so this will just give you the sizes, and then this is just, if it's windy, it's more helpful.
the high-tech version of this.
Like,
Does anyone else want to
like
check
the
this
old
out?
shot glass.
Oh, yeah.
I've already looked.
Pretty, we saw it.
I did.
So that kind of snow is generally, that's common, that's normal right at the bottom?
Yeah, that's a typical.
That would make it pretty easy
Dude, that's
Couple minutes.
that's a pretty advanced need to really.
So,
Everybody has
so
to.
the grid is,
That's what the
Yeah,
grid's
real
for.
close.
Although I've
Pretty
never
cool.
really,
No, I
you know,
just.
I've not gotten to the point where I feel
They're all
that
the same.
compelled to
There's
know
not a
that.
temperature
We're
gradient.
looking at.
But it's interesting to look at the crystals because they don't look like snowflakes.
It's like it's shooting right out. So who did you see from?
Not yet.
These are
Today I'm
Celsius.
going down to see the other
I want to go sledding down the water.
Where are you
I'm
going?
going down to Mass General to go down. But like, the Harvard, in fact, John Warner, who heads the
Not really much of a temperature gradient happening today.
So you
You
know.
know, 0 down here, and
Oh yeah.
time below or whatever up top. And
I was helping out a snow hydrology class at Plymouth State last year to do the snow pits and stuff like that.
I guess right.
Actually,
I've usually done it in April.
Kendra, let's just take pictures of trees and see the green man.
That's an amazing
Yeah.
thing right there.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it was just
Snow
She saw.
Yeah, I mean, that's
They
like
like
the
took pictures of
traditional
them.
time for Mount Washington.
Is it? It was like,
The type of vegetation,
When you
though,
see
too,
that
like
real
it could
green
be small
gradient,
stature, it
it's
usually
really cool looking.
or alders.
Yeah,
You know, if it's
And
got a bunch of
you get
alders.